Wix Studio, one end-to-end web creation platform for your agency to deliver exceptional work with absolute efficiency.
Taylor Swift is a link builder. There were rumors that she would get engaged. Our client said, let's give them a free wedding venue. And then we got them 50 links. That's digital PR.
Managing multiple clients or large websites? Automate your SEO with Ali AI. Start your free trial now.
And thank you for being, there's so much of you. So today it's all about practicality. So I'm not even gonna talk much about myself. I'm just gonna talk about all the pains we suffer as SEOs, spending way too much time on manual, repetitive tasks that drive absolutely no value. It's absolutely useless. And I do need to admit, I absolutely hate Excel, which is a center of excellence for driving SEO performance. Absolute hate it. So, talking about some of the challenges, let's start with the first pain I've been feeling, and my teams have been feeling over the years. We're constantly firefighting, constantly on the back foot, with everyone asking for even more and more analysis. And by the way, there's the pitch next week. What can we do? Secondly, the processes are really manual. They can't really scale. We're reinventing the wheel and doing the same tasks over and over, over again. And finally, things are constantly changing. Everyone, you've heard today, you need to monitor everything at all times. You need to not only look after your own site, but also have an eye on your competitors. Where do we even find the time? So you're probably sick and tired of people asking you how many of you use GPTs, but I'd like to know, by show of hands, how many of you actually solve those challenges in an active way using ChatGPT or any other AI tools in an advanced way? There's a few of you, but I suspect in the next 6-12 months, and hopefully with this presentation, there's going to be a lot more of you starting likely Monday. It's no new news. GenAI is here to stay. It's absolutely, we've heard amazing talk before. It's absolutely here to stay. But you don't, and it allows you to have bigger scale, faster delivery, and superior insights. It's all the promised land. Now, how do you even make the start? The good news is you don't need the complicated technology. You don't need, people telling you, you know your own problems, so you can start really simply by creating a simple prompt describing your problem. It's absolutely silly, I know. It's absolutely silly, but this is what you can do today. Just saying, what is the biggest pain in your life? And I hope it's not family matters or nothing like that, just let's focus on SEO. But what is your pain? Is it data analysis? Is it spreadsheets? Is it pulling competitor sitemaps or whatever that is? You can achieve it really simply. Second step, working through the prompts, you can essentially just refine, ask the ChatGPT what extra features it can have, what you need to think about, and just pick and choose and just craft it to your liking, and that will be absolutely enough to get you started. Now, some tips go beyond the initial few prompts. You'll be able to uncover, what's possible, and it will guide you through the technology. You don't need to know the technology. It will guide you what's possible and what it can do. Now, it can hallucinate, so be careful, but I've got a tip for that as well. Ask about how to improve the code and functionality, because there's always things you can do to give you more feedback and get better next time. And then finally, document the application. So if you do need to send the prototype over to a developer or data scientist of whatever shape, there's more context to what you're trying to do with the application. Now, actually, you can ask ChatGPT to do that for you. You don't have to make it up, and then just sense check if it's the right thing. Now, for ease, store all your scripts in Google Colab, and that way they are nice and neat. if you need to work on your laptop or PC at this location in London, or you go to Leeds or wherever you are, you'll always have access to that, so it's easy manageable. Now, as a third way, whatever ChatGPT provides you as a code, just paste that in to call up, test if there are any errors, and give those errors back to ChatGPT. And maybe 6-12 months ago, it was not good enough to solve basic problems. Now, from 6 months since I've been testing that, it's actually quite good. It does get stuck in the loop, so there are things you can do, but it will analyze the errors, it will give you the prompt, it will give you the solution. Just go back to Colab and effectively run the script. Now, if you are still stuck with an annoying chatbot on the other side, and this is really annoying because sometimes you go few prompts and it just gives you the same answers. I do have an admission. I was feeling a bit naughty about this, but I just asked Claude, and this way, Claude actually took the application and created it, and it revised it, and it works 99% of the time. I swear, I just made that up, but most of the time it works. So it's easy way to get started without really any coding knowledge. Any complexity whatsoever, you just can get started, solve your problem straight away. Now, it is a bit of work, so you're not going to start seeing the savings straight away, but you'll start driving a lot more value. So, a toolkit to get you started, Google Colab, ChatGPT, and Claude. As your Google Colab will be your executive. It will deliver all the scripts in the initial phase. You can ask ChatGPT and then treat Claude as your quality assurance and testing. Now, what this allows you to do is process dozens of files, analyze data at scale, and start using some basic natural language processing to really start understanding what that data is. Now, you can go more advanced, start developing locally, and that you can keep it really simple using Sublime Text or command line, and still use ChatGPT and Claude as assistants. Now, it is a bit more technical, but with that, you can simulate browser actions, automate crawling and data scraping, and create user-friendly applications, kind of a mini website you can log in a browser and just create an interface that will support your thing. It's really cool, I promise. Still, the best approach is to identify your pain points, start small and solve your common tasks, and then grow bigger to absolutely whatever your desire is. And if you're not sure, just ask for help. Now, that in turn allows you to unleash your efficiency just across every single process you can think of. You can ignite the creativity because you've got more time, you're not as stressed, and you can learn in a way that is your style. Because I believe there are a ton of tools out there that create and give you data in a certain form. And they're awesome. I'm an absolute fan of Screaming Frog, SEMrush, like all of them. I love them. But they're not precisely tailored to what I want out of them. So that's why there's a need for that manual process, which you can then create the framework you want to create. Again, really simple. Create your simple prompt, review, refine, and test. That's as simple as. Now, to give you some examples, anyone overwhelmed managing all the spreadsheets? We can start really simply. I've got a few Excel files I'd like to merge using Python in Colab. And to expand, looking at my script, what additional features I should consider. Now, I went a bit crazy, I must admit. I'm a massive PC hardware fan. I follow all the news. And I kind of always wanted to do that, but every time I tried, what held me back is lack of technical knowledge, and absolute vastness of the market. So in here, in my very humble expertise, I've been able to look at 26 websites, over 100 files, and over 1 million rows of data. You can't even open it in Excel. So with this, and the script is a lot longer, so forgive me, but it would not, you couldn't see it anyway in terms of on the screen. So I've pasted just a fragment of it, but essentially it does it straight away. I'm even automating it further these days, but yeah, it's just as simple as asking those, following those questions, those steps, and it will give you that script. Keyword research, anyone fancy reviewing and classifying 1 million keywords? Yes, there are machine learning models to do that. We've learned yesterday a ton about it, but what if it could be a lot simpler and you could get a better view faster just with your own 5 minutes that you've got? Well, let's put it to the test. You can look at whether you're in fashion or PC market or whatever market you are, there are always common threads. So you can start with what questions are my users asking in search, what colors are popular, and other, like, are sneakers popular, what are the types of sneakers, are dresses popular, and you can actually ask ChatGPT to create those dictionaries for you. And before we get there, that's how the data set looks like. And so for all the 26 websites, effectively I've created a table to give me an idea what the data set is, how many unique keywords there are, what's the traffic for each of the competitors, average position. And that's just the start. So what you can do then is, using those dictionaries just as an example, the first one will give you all the questions, and the second one will give you any colors, and then the final one will remove all the stop words from the queries. So this way, using something called a natural language processing library, and that will then start making more sense and you'll be able to group them. Now, this is very basic. Obviously, you can start and adding your own and use machine learning methodologies to actually go through the keywords properly. But that's like a 10-minute job, and you can straight away see a lot of value from it. Now, in terms of the reporting and technical SEO reports are a bane of our life, and yes, it's been getting easier. And over time, Screaming Frog introduced extra features. You've got other crawlers out there that give you nice dashboards. But still, if you want to put a technical report that's really comprehensive, includes everything else, there's still quite a lot to do. Now, with ChatGPT's help, you can ask it to create an automation to effectively create all the reports, create crawling, and of any website you want. You can run it on a schedule, and so let's try. So here, I want to run crawls on the schedule, export selected reports into the database. I want to compare crawl data. I want to flag any issues based on chosen patterns. And here I went crazy again. So I've built an app that is still in progress, but it's basically a web interface that I can log in and pick my website, and it will run on a crawler and export all my reports for me, join them together, and create a technical audit for us. So again, this is not months, this is not weeks, this is like, I've had an idea, I executed it, and it's done. So it's really simple, and it will, whichever way you want to take it, it will really make a difference in what you want to do. Now, the final one is forecasting, and I've got some tips on that as well, because with forecasting, it is really tricky to manage. We know all the complexities, and with more and more complex SERP, it's really difficult to predict. And sometimes, once you've done the forecast once, it's so complicated. You don't really want to come back to it. And reforecasting is a big part of what we do to predict and to manage our results. So again, we can create a simple prompt. Here, I've started working on content briefs and to fast track those as well. Essentially, the purpose is I want to understand what the value of the content getting produced is, and I want to be able to create a business case for that investment. Now, again, you can go either really specific or you can be really broad. So that's fine. And you can build it a bit further. So with the forecasting script that I've built, I really wanted to make sure that it's taking into account the different elements of it. So what's the current traffic? What's the immediate opportunity growth? What's the long-term growth? What do we need to do to deliver that growth? What are the traffic predictions in the, and then what are the ranking assumptions? Like, for example, you can go, well, we want to only focus on in the first stage on the keywords that rank bottom of page 1, and we want to get them into top 3. Or for the longer term, we want to focus on keywords that are ranking page 2, page 3, and get them to page 1. And so you can build those scenarios. You can also add click-through curves, whether you've got build out industry-specific one or you want to start with a generic one. And then finally, you can get to your traffic projections, where essentially that will give you the bottom line. Like, for example, if you want to assume that all the search volumes in the tools that you're using are inflated, and you want to divide it by 2, by 3, by 10, it's your choosing. You can create a system that's repeatable, and that's the beauty of it, because if you want to run it again, based on the refresh data, maybe something changed, you can run exactly the same script and then get exactly the same outcome from that, which is really useful because you're not making the logic up. You've got a standardized process to show your clients and your business decision makers on what you're doing, why, and what it's going to deliver. So, to summarize, we can now, in fairly short time, we can process hundreds of files, get them merged into a single place. That's really going to help with consistency of data. You can refresh that data as frequently as you want. You can analyze millions of words and data points at the speed of light, mining insights that drive strategy in days and not in months. With the work that I've been able to do, I'm quite lucky because of this technology. Probably for every task that would take me a couple of hours, I'm spending now 65% less time, which then means I can finally invest more time executing and supporting my clients to implement the changes that they need instead of messing about with the spreadsheets. So thank you very much. My deck is available on Speaker Deck. You can download it. If you've got any questions whatsoever, I'm happy to chat on LinkedIn after. But thank you very much.
Monthly reporting making you want to shove sharp things up your nose? Try Dragon Metrics, the all-in-one SEO software with mind-blowing reporting tools.